To get ahead in songwriting. Hello and welcome to my new series, How to Get Ahead in, well, in today's episode, it's songwriting. Today I'm not going to go into the theoretical aspects of songwriting, because there are plenty of videos that do that on YouTube. You search and you'll find it. But what I am going to focus on is a simple series of exercises that you can do to get them creative juices flowing. So people that want to write songs, they find themselves in a little bit of a, in a bit of a rut when it comes to actually getting started. But the key to that is, when you sit down and you write and you might not have anything, the key is, with all songs, is they come from here, not here. And by that I mean you have to tap into your subconscious mind. And by doing that, well, that gives you the key to everything. Anything with writing, it's all subconscious. What I want you to do is to sit down with a pen and paper, or open up Notepad, whatever you got that you want to write with, and I want you to write just maybe 5 words, 5 to 10 words, random, and write a sentence that correlates with that. Maybe it will rhyme, maybe it won't, but it doesn't matter. What you need to do is just sit there and write without a purpose. Just keep writing and writing and writing. It's like a stream of consciousness thing. You'll have to excuse my handwriting, but for example here, I've got word association exercise. Short sentences and poems relating to said words and phrases. So for example, I've written sky, fire, desire, pain, and injustice. So what you want to do, think about how those words make you feel and then write a sentence about it. You can also get songwriting ideas from images. So for example, type in like burnt house teddy bear or something on Google, and you'll find plenty of images that relate to that search term. The emotions that those photos will induce in you might put words in your head. So if you look at an image, the word that you see is what you're going to put down on paper. You just keep writing and writing and writing, and that is the best way to tap into your subconscious. For many serious songwriters, or more experienced songwriters, by the time you've written your first couple of lines and maybe had a melody behind it, you should really know whether it's going somewhere or it isn't. If it isn't, then throw it away, just leave it alone. But the idea that you had initially, you have to keep it, because nothing is ever truly thrown away, because everything is absolutely usable at some point. Remember that. Everything is usable. Great tip that worked for me when I was a kid was I'd listen to songs and I had listened to the rhythm of which the words were being said in whatever song it was I was listening to. Then what I'd do is I'd write lyrics to that rhythm, but not to the melody or the song. So, you don't want to go out there and plagiarise, like Smells Like Teen Spirit, but, if you think, the rhythm of the vocals in that is da 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 da, and you maybe could slow that down and repeat that rhythm. An essential tip, in my opinion, is write your songwriting rules. You can find loads of different songwriting rules out there, but you should follow your own rules and what you will do and what you won't do. It's also a good idea to have a look at different literary styles. So, look at how to write in the first, second and third persons. If you write in the first person, you're talking directly about yourself. If it's a second person, you're actually talking about somebody as they're doing something. So for example, you stood up by the kitchen door, you figured what you were waiting for, and at the end of the day, it was taken away from you. That's second person. A lot of people don't really know second person, but yeah, extremely important tip, right? And you have to do this. You have to be open-minded to songs that you do not like. You need to listen to them. Why do people like them? Why don't you like it? So you need to have a real look into why it is that you don't like something, and then embrace it. Maybe force yourself out of your comfort zone to try and write something like that, just for the sake of the exercise. The most important tip of all is to seek out criticism. I'm not saying play a song with someone and become insulted. I mean real constructive criticism. That last song you wrote, you know what, I don't like the chorus, I think you need to rewrite the second verse. Try not to, take it to heart when someone says something like that, because chances are they have a good idea. People want to hear things that they like, so you have to write things that people like, as long as it's in with your, it's in your range. You have to cater for a wide audience of people, And it's so very, very, very important that you do this. Tip I received once, I can't remember who told me, but someone once said to me when I was a teenager, try not to repeat the same melody twice in a row in a song. So, you know, if you start with you start with your main melody, the second line should be a slightly different melody. Then maybe go back to the one that you were singing, but try not to repeat too many things in the songs, because it gets really dull, really boring, really fast, you know? It works for some songs, but it might not work for yours. Extremely crucial that you ask your friends to give you actual advice, you know? They know you really well, and they will kick your ass, you know? And that's what you want. You want good friends. You don't want people that are going to tell you something it's good when it's not. You know, you need to recognise these things as well. And in your growth of this as a songwriter, it's quintessential that you understand where your faults are and where your strengths are. You want to play on the strengths, but you want to, you know, make the faults less so, you know. So, you know, like I said, you've got to really keep writing and writing, you know, and never stop, you know. It's just like talking. Talk and don't stop. Just say anything. You don't have to think about it. Just the idea is you have to write and work without thinking. That works. That you know, that theory has to be applied to your guitar, your vocals, and your songwriting. Everything in life, you need to do it. You need to be able to do it on a whim, just like that. Strange one that you don't have to do is write a poem. Maybe make it 4 lines. Make each line rhyme for now. And then cut it up, cut every word up and jumble it. Then write a second, do the same thing. Try and put something together that you weren't thinking of in the first place. And to do that, you need to cut your things up. A good idea is to write a little poem and destroy it, completely destroy it. Try and memorize it and then rewrite it again. You'll be surprised at the differences that you can make. That's the importance of a first draft and a second draft. You're not always going to do that with songs. But most of the time, you are going to have to go back and refine. You need to know when you need to touch it up, because really a song is never finished until it's tried and tested, and you know, you've treaded, you know, shallow, too deep waters with it. Last but not least, just have fun with it, you know. If you're not having fun with your songwriting, then you should really stop, you know. If you're not having fun in the moment that you're writing, then it isn't the day for you, you know. Try that exercise, you know, write those random words down and see if you can, you know, make sense of it, because I know I could, you know. So, you know, take those words on board. We have some philosophies on songwriting. I hope you've really enjoyed this episode of how to get ahead in songwriting. I'm going to do a lot more of these. They're going to be real quick fire. Hopefully, as time goes on, they'll become a lot stronger, and I'll be able to offer you better words of advice. Just for now, this is just testing the waters myself. It's almost like starting songwriting for the first time. So I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if you've got any feedback for me, I need to search for criticism. So you let me know and I'll do what I can. So thank you very much. Remember to like and subscribe and thumbs up and all that.